but I don't get why I have to go through so much trouble just to change tracks on my SoundCloud.
I keep dancing with my heart. I keep dancing with my...
Hey guys, welcome to my studio. Before I get into continuing working on my new Final Warnings track, I actually just have to take care of one more business thing that is kind of annoying. It has to do with SoundCloud. And you know, I love SoundCloud. It's the easiest way to get noticed as a musician. It's the easiest way to just get more followers, to get people to know your music. I've been using it already for 10 years or so. I think I was always happy with it, especially like 2 or 3 years ago where I was making more underground kind of music. It helped me out quite a lot. But now the music market kind of shifted again with all of the streaming. SoundCloud isn't that special anymore. You can distribute your music on Spotify, on Apple Music very easily as an artist yourself by using a distributor like CD Baby or DistroKid or any other distributor that just works with these stores. And as you might know, SoundCloud introduced SoundCloud Go, which I was really skeptical about, because I first thought they will actually make something like YouTube, like having a platform for creators where they can just directly upload their creations and make money with it through advertisement and get a kind of 50-50 split with SoundCloud. But this isn't really the case. First of all, yes, you can monetize your music, but it won't make almost anything, like basically nothing. It is the worst payout out of all of the stores where you can sell music on by far. It's so little, it's not even worth talking about it. And what I really don't get is now SoundCloud is making money from the creators. You still have to buy certain types of plans to be able to upload enough music. I think the free plan is very limited. You can't see any stats. You can't upload as many tracks or as many mixtapes as you want. And the listener also has to pay through listening to advertisements or pay for being part of SoundCloud Go, where you don't have the ads, but you pay on a monthly basis. And I think that's kind of a weird situation. No one else is doing that. YouTube, the people watching the videos kind of pay with the ads. Spotify, same, or they have the Spotify Pro plan. But in all of those cases, it's never the person that actually creates that has to pay. I mean, SoundCloud can be happy that so many independent musicians make music and upload it to SoundCloud. Why shouldn't they get paid? Why do they have to pay? It's kind of strange. I hope they will change that as soon as possible. It's not really fair. SoundCloud should be free for the people making the music. For example, Spotify now introduced Spotify Artists. If you still don't have that, check it out. It's a website where you get all of the stats to all of your tracks released on Spotify. You can see how many people are saving the track, how many people are listening to it, how many unique listens you have per track. You can see all of the Spotify playlist where your tracks get featured in. That's like the best way to find out who likes your music and also trying to get in touch with them so that they will feature your next release. That's really an awesome way to get your music out there. And kind of what the playlists are for Spotify is the repost function on SoundCloud. If someone else is reposting your track, you can get quite a lot of plays. This has been done heavily in the past. There are big SoundCloud channels that repost every day the same tracks just to get to millions of plays on a single song. This got now heavily reduced by SoundCloud. It's a lot harder to get a lot of plays onto your tracks. The repost function got limited, so SoundCloud isn't that attractive anymore to just get your music out there and promote it. That's kind of the situation I see now with SoundCloud. They started working together with the major labels to also be able to release tracks by bigger artists. I think if they had just done the same approach as YouTube, the same thing, creator just directly uploads it, gets his fair share, and that's it, it would have worked. But now they're trying to be like this independent platform for the artist and at the same time the platform for the major artist, and getting money from the creators and also getting money from the labels and also from the users that have to listen to advertisement or pay for the SoundCloud Go. I think that's a little greedy and definitely going into the wrong direction. And I think SoundCloud will definitely fail with this approach. I think they actually are already at the point of no return. I think more and more people will not just start not using it. You can very easily get your tracks out on Spotify. But there is actually one more thing, and that's the thing that is annoying me the most. Now, some of my older tracks that I released like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago on labels I don't even have contact with anymore, and that actually, by the way, never really paid me. I have now those old releases being displayed on my SoundCloud page in between of my recent tracks. Really weird. I mean, if you re-release an old track from 10 years ago that isn't even good, I'm not proud of, and it sits among of my better tracks that have way more plays, it just looks weird. I actually got a lot of messages asking me if I, by mistake, made a private track public, but I didn't. It's actually that the distributor of the label delivered that track to SoundCloud Go as a normal release, and I don't have any control over it. I can't delete it, I can't change the name, I can't change the cover, I can't do anything with it. There is no way. I wrote to SoundCloud a couple of times, they told me they can't do anything about it, and that's where it gets really weird, because I'm paying to be on SoundCloud and then I don't have full access to whatever my profile is displaying. And that's the point where it gets really weird. I'm paying to be on SoundCloud and I don't have full control over my profile. I can't decide which tracks are on it or not. So this situation I absolutely don't get. Now I had to find those labels, write them, they never responded, so I had to trick them so that they write me, then write their distributors, then ask them to take those tracks down. And that's really the main point that I absolutely don't get, that I really hate and really frustrates me. I will probably use SoundCloud now less and less and try to concentrate the promotion for myself and for my label more onto Spotify, Apple Music, and all of those other streaming services. What really bothers me is that they build up over the years something so great, so many people enjoy using, and now they're kind of ruining it. So yeah, not really a whole lot I can do about it. Now back to working on the final warnings track today, doing the first automation bits and adding effects to get the transitions right between the certain parts of the track, verse, chorus, and so on. The final warning track is finally getting there. All of the elements that are part of the track with the effects are now in it. Now it's only about mixing it in the next couple of days and getting it all finished and all done. Let me show you a couple of the effect sounds that I created. Here, all of these bottom parts are the effect sounds. I have one that is actually just a Kygo kind of a snap sound. I reversed it, EQ'd the bottom end out of it, and also added a pretty big reverb on top of it, the Valhalla Vintage Verb with 12 seconds of decay time. At the beginning, before reversing the sound, it sounded like this. But I like to have it more as an uplifting sound, and I cut it away the part at the end. If you might have any clicking noises from cutting any of the effects, you can use the fade out tool. This will create this little ramp right here at the end of the sound, and you won't have any of the clicking sounds. Maybe also adjusting it a little further. Yeah, this should be good.
Saying what you wanna say, whatever, let you sleep at night.
And it's a perfect transition from the verse to the pre-chorus. The sound is rising and then fading out nice and slowly into this more quiet part. Another thing I really love to add are crash sounds right when everything gets back into the track, like the main part of a song usually.
Take me to the promised land.
There's not a whole lot you can do to a crash or ride sound. Just put a little bit of reverb on top of it, EQ the bottom part out just to make sure there's nothing left. And that's basically it. It's really more about finding the right sample. That's also a reason why I always have my own sample folder where I copy paste the good sounds into, so the next time I make a track I can just use them a lot faster. If you're interested in those samples, all of them are available as a free download. 2 packages from me, one from Gary Ocean and one from I'm Joffrey, who has his next release on Friday on my label actually. I'm really looking forward to this one. That's the first release that isn't my own on my label. I'm all done with work, all done promoting the I'm Joffrey track. My intern also helped me a lot with taking care of the promotion. I also again spent way too much time on testing the new Arturia plugins. 17 new plugins is way too much. By the way, let me know if you're interested in a short review of one of them or a couple of them, but please not all 17. That's just too much. Okay, back at home. Before ending this vlog, a quick update. I got an email by Soundcloud that said something like, "We're sorry for the situation, but we can't do anything. You have to talk to your distributor." Luckily, I already did that, and I got them to delete those 2 last tracks that were left, so now my SoundCloud page looks normal again. And by the way, I said yesterday in the video something like, I wish there was like a command where you can view how much time you spend on a Logic project. I know that some computer games have it where you enter like / and then play it. And 2 people actually responded to me, James and... I will try it. Teacher Berva. Let me try and show you that little plugin. It's called Project Time. Very small little plugin. And all it really does is counting the time whenever the project is opened. I wish it could track whenever you move the mouse or sound is playing, because sometimes you just have a project opened and you're doing something else. But this is already pretty good. I will use it from now on and let you know how long my next track actually takes to make.